If you just got a Cricut machine and you have no idea where to begin, here's a really simple project to help you get familiar with your new machine. My name is Lisa. I love teaching people how to use their Cricut, and something I hear people say all the time is that they just don't know how to get started. So today I'm going to walk you through a very simple project. We'll go step by step and I'll try to go slowly so that way you can get some confidence in using your machine and start creating all sorts of beautiful projects. For this project, you'll need cardstock, twine, and wooden beads. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you download Cricut Design Space. That's the software that you'll need to create your projects. I prefer using it on the computer because I just find that it's easiest, but you can also use it on a phone or an iPad. Once you're logged into your account, go ahead and click New Project, and that will take you to a blank canvas. On the left-hand side, click Images, and in the search bar, type in Heart. Now this is a very general image, so it came up with over 14,000 results. So to narrow it down a little bit, I like to go over here on the left where it says Operation Type and click the box that says Cut Only. That way we don't accidentally pick an image that's a draw or a print then cut file. When you've decided on your image, there's a cute one, go ahead and click on it and you'll see it added to the bottom there and then say Add to Canvas. The next step is to make the heart the size that we want. So go up to the toolbar and I'm going to change the width to 3.5 inches. Next, we'll press the duplicate button 5 times so that way we have a total of 6 hearts. In the upper right hand corner, click Make It and that will take you to this page. By default, it's put it on a 12 by 12 mat, but our piece of paper is 8.5 by 11 inches. So on the left-hand side there, I changed the material size to 8.5 by 11 inches. Since we're using the whole piece of paper anyway, I've just spread out the hearts just a little bit so they're not as close together. Press Continue, and the next screen is where you pick your material. I have my favorite materials saved so they pop up, but you may need to press Browse All Materials and search for the medium cardstock setting. I'm also going to change the pressure from default to more because I've used this paper before, it's quite thick, and I know that it needs just a little extra pressure when cutting to get a nice clean cut. The next step is to load the mat with the paper, place it on there, and then you'll see that flashing arrow button. Go ahead and load the mat, press the arrow, and you'll feel it grab the mat. Now that it's loaded, I can press the flashing C button and it will start to cut. You might have noticed that I'm using a standard grip mat and it's quite dirty. It needs to be washed, to be honest. But for cardstock, I actually recommend using the light grip mat because you don't want your mat to be too sticky, otherwise it might tear your paper. This mat is kind of old, it's not that sticky anymore, so that's why I'm using a standard grip mat. But if your mat is brand new, go with the light grip. While your machine is cutting, your computer screen will show the progress. When it's all done cutting, that arrow button will be flashing again, and that's when you know you can unload. Press the button to unload your mat, and it will say 100% done on your computer screen, and in the bottom right-hand corner, you can click Done. Now we have our adorable little hearts, and it's time to remove them from the mat. When removing cardstock, you may need to use the spatula to help loosen it. And you'll also need to bend your mat so that way the paper kind of flips up. You don't want to just grab and peel because if you're working with delicate pieces, it might crease your paper. So these are coming off pretty easily. Like I said, this mat is not very sticky anymore, and that's perfect for cutting cardstock. The next step will be to cut our piece of twine for this garland. I used about 40 inches. That gave me about 5 inches on each end so that you have plenty of room to tie it onto something. For this next part, you'll need your hot glue gun. I placed a little bit of hot glue on the back of each heart and laid it down on the twine. In between each paper heart, I added 3 wooden beads just to add to the whimsy. Of course, don't worry about it. If you don't have the beads, it will still look cute just as a plain paper garland. Sometimes the most simple crafts are the cutest ones. Here's the finished garland. It's very simple but cute, and I decided to hang it on our pantry door because we spend so much time in the kitchen. That way we get to enjoy it all day. I hope this tutorial was helpful for you. If that was your very first Cricut project, good job, you did it. And hopefully now you have a little more confidence in going forward and trying more projects. If you'd like to see more tutorials, please hit subscribe. And you can also find daily Cricut tutorials on my TikTok and Instagram channels. The name is Lucky Little Penny Crafts. Thanks for watching.